I'm predicting match week 7 of the Premier League season. And before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Before we start the great game week 7, Liverpool are top of the league, and we got Wolves bottom of the league with 1 point. We've had managers sacked, such as West Ham, Potter getting sacked for Nuno, even though it did happen last week, but it's a new manager. It's kind of his debut. He's had a week and he's coming in. And Forest, they obviously also have West Ham's previous manager. Ange Postecoglou, and it's shaping up to be a great set of matches. Now we'll start off with quite an even game, and it's Bournemouth versus Fulham at Bournemouth's home. And Bournemouth are a great team, and I've said multiple times I quite love Bournemouth, the football club. I really like Semenyo, and this is a match where I see Bournemouth winning, and it'll probably be a quite close match. But I feel like Bournemouth are going to win 2-1, having a home ground advantage. And I think Bournemouth are going to win 2-1. You'll have Semenyo scoring, and also Evan Nilsson also scoring. And also be Semenyo getting assist. And Fulham and Bournemouth, both great teams. Fulham, they have a really great squad together. But I still do think Bournemouth are going to have the edge, and they will beat Fulham. Although I do really rate Fulham, I do think Bournemouth just have a little bit better off than Fulham. Then next we got Manchester United and Sunderland. This is a match where I think is going to be a huge upset, and people are going to not call it an upset, but I think it is. And I feel like Sunderland are going to beat Manchester United, and the way Sunderland have started and the way Man United have started and how the system is for United, I feel it's a match that's really going to get Amorim sacked. I thought he was going to get sacked after Brentford, but I'm calling it now. He's going to get sacked after losing to the Sunderland game. And Sunderland are just a really great team. They have a great defense, but I especially like their attack. They have Mayenda. I really like him, and he's a great player. And Man United, their personnel are really, really great, but they don't really fit the system. And I feel like that's the big issue. And I feel like that's where Sunderland are going to exploit. And I at least see Sunderland getting a draw, but I expect them to get a win. And it's going to be at Old Trafford, but I still think Sunderland are going to get the win. Next up, we got Leeds Tottenham at Elland Road. It's still Elland Road, the Leeds Stadium. And I feel like it's going to be a great match. But I do think Tottenham are going to win this one. Yes, they've just drew to Bodo Glimt, and it was really shocking. But I think Leeds, if Tottenham play their full strength squad out, I still do think Tottenham are going to beat Leeds. They have had a great start to the season. Thomas Frankie's done excellently so far. And it's another match where I think he can gain another 3 points and just keep climbing up the table. And he's done an impressive job so far. And I think it's going to be yet another win for Thomas Frank and Spurs. It also really depends on how Leeds are going to be. But I still do think, no matter how defensive Leeds are going to be, I still think Tottenham are going to win this match. And I feel like Tottenham are going to win 3-1. If I didn't say the Sunderland Man United game, that's going to be, let's give or take 3-1 as well. Sunderland 3 and Manchester United 1. Then we got Arsenal West Ham, and it's going to be Nuno's first real game. And yes, he did excellently against David Moyes' Everton, where he got a 1-1 draw. But I think this is a match where the quality of the team, both teams, are very far apart. And I feel like this is where Arsenal are going to show their class, and they're going to win. And I see them winning 4-1. You got Gabriel scoring, and you've got Gyökeres getting 2, and you've got one of the midfielders, probably, I think Marino scored in the last game. It'll probably be Zubimendi's turn now, and he'll score another one. And West Ham, probably Paqueta. Bowen and Paqueta, I say Paqueta. He'll go and score, and I think he'll end 4-1. Arsenal are also at home, and I feel that would be a massive help as well. And I think Arsenal will win that one. Next, we're Chelsea and Liverpool, the biggest match of this Premier League game week. And I have a few Liverpool friends, that's Yusuf. And I just want to say to you, Yusuf, that Liverpool are going to win this one. I feel like Chelsea are going to win this one. You got Alisson out, and I've also got to back Chelsea, and I think Chelsea are really going to win. You've got João Pedro, if he plays, he's going to score. And yes, you have a great attack, but I'm hoping that if Robert Sanchez is eligible, he'll have a great performance and he'll keep a clean sheet, because randomly Robert Sanchez, he has those games where he plays incredible, and I think this is going to be one of them, and everyone's going to start singing his praises because he's like the best goalkeeper in the world, and I feel that's going to happen. And Mamadou Sfili is a great goalkeeper, and it either goes to a 0-0 draw or a 4-3 match, and I see this, to be honest, being, you've got Salah scoring. I mean, Liverpool's like just crazy, and I've got to back Chelsea though, and you know what, I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea, and you're gonna have Wirtz scoring his first goal, and you're gonna have 2 Chelsea goals, and one of them will be one of our centre backs from corner, the other will be Enzo Fernandez, and one of them will be assisted by João Pedro. And I feel like it's going to end 2-1 to Chelsea. Chelsea are at home, and I really hope we win this. And obviously, there will be a Chelsea red card, as you'd assume. And Liverpool, they're on a bad run of form. When I say bad, but for their standards, it is quite bad. I mean, they've lost 2 games in a row. One was to high-flying Crystal Palace, and I made a video of them of if their title favours Crystal Palace. You should check that out on my channel. And they also lost to Galatasaray, where Osman scored. And I mean, I kind of get the results, and Crystal Palace was in the last minute, so I can get that. But still, they're on a bad run of form, and I think Chelsea will go and win this match. Now, the next day, Sunday. This is where a lot of matches are going to be played, 5 in fact. We'll start off with the last game, why not? Manchester City versus Brentford. Now, this is a match where I see Man City winning and showing that Pep Guardiola, he's still got it. He's still great, and I definitely think that. And he's definitely going to show everyone why he's so great. And it's going to show why Man City's squad is still fabulous, wonderful, levels above everyone else. And I feel like he's going to win this one 4-0. He's going to keep a clean sheet. I don't see Brentford players scoring past Donnarumma and Manchester City's defence. And I definitely see Man City coming out with a massive win and showing everyone, okay, we're still great. We're still in the title race. Don't count us out. We're still the best. I feel that's definitely what's going to happen. Another match is Aston Villa versus Burnley. And both teams which have had poor starts, especially Aston Villa, they've had an incredibly poor start to their standards, from their standards. But to be honest, Aston Villa, they usually start quite bad in my opinion. Then they start getting good. But I feel like this is a match where Aston Villa are home and they finally started scoring in the last game. I mean, they scored 3 in the last game and they won that 3-1. And I feel like they're going to carry on this and they're going to win again. I feel like against Burnley, I don't see much of their players scoring, but I'm going to go for a comfortable 2-0 win. They're at home. I feel like they should easily win this. And I think it will be Aston Villa 2, Burnley 0. Everton, Crystal Palace. Now, this is going to be a great game. And really does depend how David Moyes sets up Everton, and he could go real defensive, but I think Crystal Palace are going to win, and I really hope they do win, and they could try and overtake Liverpool. And I feel like Crystal Palace, they're a really great team, and Everton, they're still starting, they're starting to build their momentum, and they did lose a lot of that momentum by drawing to West Ham, and I feel like it's going to be another loss. Yes, they're at home, but I feel like Crystal Palace are a great team. Gazna is a great manager, and I feel like Crystal Palace are going to win and will choke it up to like 1-0 win for Crystal Palace, and I think they will win this match. Next up, we got Wolves and Brighton, and I feel like Wolves have just been absolutely poor. I mean, absolutely poor. They haven't won, a single game this Premier League season. They've got 1 point, a draw. And, credit to them, at least they got a draw, but it's just absolutely awful. And I don't see this changing for this match. I feel like it's going to be another easy win for Brighton. And Brighton, they've had some great memorable wins so far this Premier League season. and I feel they're definitely easily gonna win. And let's put it up to 5-0. 5-0 Brighton, 5 to Brighton, 0 to Wolves. I wholeheartedly believe them. I don't think they're even going to get a draw Wolves, and I think Brighton's just going to run away with them. Next, we got Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Newcastle are at home. Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest is going to be a great match. Newcastle have obviously just played in the Champions League like this week, and they're going to have a bit of tired players. And Nottingham Forest, they have a side of the best in the Premier League. They got the manager sacked. They've got a new manager in Ange Postecoglou. He hasn't started great, and I feel like this is actually going to be a draw, and it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And because Voltamato scoring, I really like Voltamato. I made a video on him on my channel, you should check that out, where I talked about him being the best player, upcoming striker in the world, and I feel like he's definitely gonna help Newcastle get a draw at least. And I feel like it's gonna be a 2-2, Newcastle 2 and Nottingham Forest 2. Actually, yeah, we'll have a 2-2, and it'll hopefully be Ange's first point in the Premier League with Nottingham Forest. And I feel like Eddie Howe, he has to set up some more. I feel like what he wants to try and do is, he knows Andy's going to come at him, he needs to go back at them, I feel like, and that's how they go and get the at least a point. Maybe he'll try and go counter, so when they come at him, they'll have less players back, so they can just quickly counter, get through those spaces, and easily get points, get wins, and get goals. But I do think it's going to be 2-2. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest have a great defense, so I don't think they're going to let that much goals in. And I feel like they definitely is going to be a draw. Now, what do you think? What do you think about predictions? Am I delusional? What do you think about the upset of Sunderland and United? What do you think about Chelsea, Liverpool? And let me know what do you think. Could you like, comment, share, subscribe? And who do you think is going to top the table at the end of this match week 7? Thank you for watching.